some poetry, been doing a lot of stuff that, you know, kind of pads my Goodreads numbers, not on purpose, but it's just it is what it is. I mean, and when I show you the stack of books I've been reading, that's what it's going to look like. But I mean, that doesn't really matter to me. But you know, when I do come across, I mean, I guess I do like to read long books and break them apart with small, shorter graphic novels or poetry or whatever. So stuff I read. Look, I picked this book up on a whim on like a buy two get one free on eBay, and I really liked it. And I've reviewed it and talked about it a little bit. I think I kind of apologetically liked it, and I'm not going to do that. I mean, I just did it, but it's Lover Wild by Atticus. I mean, a lot of people call it Instagram poetry, euphemisms. I mean, short, sweet things. Which again, that's kind of like what I like. I like, you know, one-liners and you know, things that kind of knock you on your ass with just a few words. And this one's kind of all about, you know, love and stuff like that. So just one example, I just need you and some sunsets. I mean, it's really, really short stuff. And of course, because of that, the book absolutely flies by. But anyway, I read that, and then because of that, I picked up a couple, like the other two Atticus books immediately. I got this one, and I think I gave this 4 stars, high three, four. Because of that, I picked up the other ones, and this one, The Dark Between Stars. I read this one as well this week, again, in a single sitting, maybe an hour, hour and a half, something like that. I didn't like it as much, probably. I think I gave it high 2 stars, maybe. I don't know. I finished Something Wicked This Way Comes. Really, really liked this book. Gave it 4 stars. I finished Getaway by Zolja Stage. My second stage read, having done Wonderland, liked this one quite a bit more. Gave it 3 stars. I read Talent by Christopher Golden. I haven't talked about this book yet. I liked this book. It's a really, really cool story. I mean, kind of like what is it, Unbreakable? I mean, a plane crashes, one guy survives, and he's kind of taken on the knowledge. I mean, not like superpowers, but the powers of each person that was on that plane, and he's got to go and kind of like I guess finish their business. And it goes through 3 different cases. Like, you know, one of them's a boxer, and so because you know he survived this plane crash and that boxer was close to him on the plane, he can now fight and things like that. But I really liked it. There was a lot of complaints online because when I get these, I kind of look online and try to get an idea of what I'm getting into. Is it a standalone? Is it something that after I read it and like it, I'm gonna have to go out and buy 13 more volumes? And this is a standalone, but there's a lot of complaints about it being kind of open ended and kind of, you know, like there was supposed to be more to the story, but that never got written. And that happens a lot with comic books. I mean, a lot of times a comic series is canceled and there is no good finish. I felt like this wrapped up well as far as like a, you know, the first part of the story. Could there be more? Absolutely. But for what you're being told here, it does wrap up. Like it leaves you on a cliffhanger that there could be more, but not like on some major cliffhanger that the actual story here is unfinished. So anyway, I dug this one. I think I gave it 3. I think. And I did A Simple Plan by Scott Smith. Again, I love The Ruins. One of my probably top 10 horror books of all time. This is kind of a weird thing where like the guy is still alive and kicking, but he only wrote 2 books, and you know you I tried to find out why online that he's only written 2 books, both of them. Like this one, I think came out in the '90s, and I think The Ruins came out like in the 2000s, maybe, and that's it. But this is a cool crime novel. I enjoyed this. It's really about you know, a guy that you know had no criminal instincts, or he wasn't a criminal, but stumbles across some money, and then kind of what goes down this spiral of what he would do to keep it. But I enjoyed this. I think I gave it 3.5 stars roughly. So that's the stuff I think I've got through since the last time we talked. Um, but these over here real quick. Um, and the stuff I'm working on, I picked this up, Mapping the Interior by Stephen Graham Jones. I had taken it with me on like a road trip or something and didn't get to it, and so shortish finished. What did I finish? I finished Something Wicked This Way Comes as my physical read, and picked this up. I still am planning on going into the Goldfinch by Donna Tartt very soon, but I don't know. I kind of wanted something small and consumable. And then my audio book that I'm working on now is The Mammoth Hunters, Book 3 in the Earth's Children Gene All series. So that's the stuff I'm working on. Like I said, after mapping, I'm in this weird place where like um, didn't have a great reading month last month. Kind of, had a vacation, and we're back to high school football full time. So it's kind of, I don't know. It's not killing my vibe to read. And as you can see, I knocked out poetry, a graphic novel, stuff like that, but and audiobooks. But it is taking a toll on my ability to read like physical books, to actually sit with a book for a period of time. So I think that's why I'm kind of shying away on getting back into the Pulitzers. So I don't know. I may let myself just kind of flow with what I want. I grabbed a couple of other short horror books at half price books that I'll show you. I may go into one of those. I may go into the Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. And the Mammoth Hunters is my last audio book for this month, like meaning that I've used all 4 of my credits. I get 1 credit on Audible, 3 credits on Everand, and this is my last credit for the month. So I'm not really sure where I'm going to go there either. But anyway, enjoying it and definitely enjoying the books I'm getting through. So I went to a Goodwill and bought a few things. The find of the day was probably the hardcover first edition of The Summer That Melted Everything by Tiffany McDaniel. This is a weird one because it was McDaniel's first book, and I didn't read it. I read Betty, which was her second book, but she actually wrote Betty before she wrote this one, but this was her first published book, I think. I loved Betty. I 5-star loved Betty. I should have gotten back to this book before now, and I haven't. She has another one, I think. She might have 2 more, but she at least has one more after Betty that was published. Drawing a blank on the title. To be honest with you, I was actually sent an arc of that book, and it was right at the end of kind of a well-read Beard break, and I never got to it. But this one I will be reading very soon. It's fairly short for a novel, and yeah, looking forward to it because I absolutely loved Betty. Some other stuff I picked up there. I got Between the World and Me by Ta-Nehisi Coates. Now again, Goodwill books, they've gone up to $1.59 from 99¢. But they occasionally slip one in there on you that surprises you. Like this one, I don't know that I would have paid $3.59 for it, but for whatever reason, this one was marked $3.59. I didn't know that until I checked out and looked at my receipt. But anyway, Chibundu Onuzo Sankofa. Um, I thought my wife might want this. I might just sell it. I'm not sure. Picked up Without Merit by Colleen Hoover because they always sell. Um, Blacktop Wasteland by S.A. Cosby. I've read this, really liked it. 4-star liked it, I think. I was not sure if I had a copy or not. So for $1.59, I grabbed it. I mean, yes, I wish it was hardcover, but at the end of the day, I just want the books I've read on my shelves, and then we'll over time replace them with hardcovers or whatever. Picked up 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher. I'd heard of this. I don't know why I've heard of it. I don't know anything about it, but I did pick up a hardcover copy of that. Grabbed Black Cake by Charmaine Wilkerson. And then a couple of Ron Rash books. Huge Ron Rash fan. Probably have read 7 or so of his books. Most of them, except for like a couple recent ones that I haven't gotten to. But did a short stint in like Southern Appalachian Grit Lit. Really liked Ron Rash. Really liked David Joy. But grabbed Above the Waterfall, which I actually needed. Um, I've read it and didn't own it, and then I grabbed Saints at the River. I wasn't sure. I didn't need this one, but I have read this as well. I already had a copy, so I'll just put that one in the Pango store. And then I went to a half price books. Hold on, gotta grab these. And like I said, I've been reading a lot of graphic novels, and I'm a sucker for the markdown ones at half price books, $2 graphic novels. So um, I only paid their version of full price for two books. I picked up Hammers on Bone by Cassandra Call, again, 5.99. Short horror book. I read Nothing But Black and Teeth. I didn't love that book, but still went ahead and grabbed this one. And then I got You've Lost a Lot of Blood by Eric LaRocca. I don't think I've read this one. I've read four or five of his books. To be honest with you, I got on with Eric early. Like he sent me some of his early stuff, like before he ever made the shelves at Barnes and Noble. So that's kind of cool. I always kind of tell that story. But yeah, so I'm not even sure if I've read this one, but I don't think I have, so I grabbed that. And then quickly, I've got more books from Half Price Books, but I went to Barnes and Noble and got the $5 Starbucks book, and it was Rita Hayworth and the Shawshank Redemption. I mean, I have this. I have a hardcover copy of different seasons. Um, this is probably one of my top five King stories. Love the film. And I don't know. I was sitting there and I was like, you know what? It's a very readable, consumable format. I think I want to reread it like right now. So I grabbed this for $5. And then other stuff from half price. Like I said, I $3 in the back. I got Dream Girl by Laura Lippman. I don't know. The cover kind of was dynamic, I guess, and I read the synopsis and it sounded like something kind of up my alley. Probably do it in audio, but as you know, I can't just do it in audio. I have to have a copy. So, and then I bought one vintage paperback, horror paperback, Sandman, yeah, by Linda Crockett. Paid $2.49 for this. Cool cover. I mean, I kind of read the back cover. It kind of sounded silly, but vintage horror paperback. And everything else is $2 graphic novels from the um, clearance section. So I got Trickster, Native American Tales, a graphic collection. Hold on for a second. I know that. What? One second here. I know that I've not adjusted my volume, and I'm also talking kind of quiet, so that's gonna be a problem for this video. But and I do apologize for that. But Trickster, Native American Tales, a graphic collection. I mean, a lot of these, like I grabbed them and then I went back through them and I was like, I'm gonna put some of these back. And then I was like, they're $2. But I got Persepolis, the story of a childhood. I've read this. I don't remember much about it, but I have read it. I didn't own a copy. I got Forgetless by Nick Spencer. Look kind of cool. I got Proposition Player, which looks like it is a tie-in to Fables. Maybe it's not. It's from the creator of Fables. And I read all of Fables back in the day by Bill Willingham, so I don't know. Picked that up. Got this horror graphic novel on a whim, The Waking Dream's End. I picked up a hardcover copy of Run by John Lewis. I've read March, but I haven't read Run. And then I've read a lot of Saga. I didn't finish it, I don't think. Picked up volume one of Saga. I'd like to kind of restart that and go back through it. I mean, I know there are a ton of volumes, like at a minimum 20. I don't know where I stopped. I mean, I think I got up to maybe 10, 11, something like that. But I remember really enjoying Saga. Really, of course, enjoy Brian K. Vaughan. I've read a lot of his stuff. Of course, Why the Last Man, um, The Pride of Baghdad, even like his Marvel Runaway stuff. I've read a lot of Brian K. Vaughan, so kind of want to finish that series. I think it's finished now. I hope it's finished now. I think I've probably read Saga Volume One at least twice because I got on early with it. It was in and around the period that I actually got into comic books and actually was getting comic books on the monthly basis. I don't do that anymore, but um I went deep with it then, and then I kind of read through at least three or four or five of the graphic novels a second time. So if it's finished, I'll do some research. I would like to read through that, but we'll see. Yeah, this has been Well Read Beard. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're enjoying all your books, all of them, as much as I am. If not, you're reading the wrong damn books.